Fred, how did last year's virtual edition of the Terry Fox Run compare to previous years in terms of funds raised and awareness?
The community runs were awesome. Canadians responded so very well last year. We went virtual, of course, and the funds raised on the community level were equal to pre-COVID times.
That's fantastic to hear. And what does it mean to you and your family that 41 years after Terry's original Marathon of Hope, that this is still going on 4 decades later?
We're so amazed, and Terry would be so proud. When Terry was, in Scarborough in 1980, and he made this passionate speech, and he challenged everybody, and he said, even if I don't finish, we need others to continue. It's got to keep going without me. And that's what Canadians have done, not only coast to coast to coast here in Canada, but around the world, have continued Terry's dream and responded.
From the early 1980s to now here in the early 2020s, how has the battle against cancer changed in your mind?
The Terry Fox Research Institute works with different institutions across the country, distributing the funds that the Terry Fox Foundation raises through community events, all the school runs across Canada. And survival rates are so much better than they were 10, 20, 40 years ago when Terry was first diagnosed.
I lost my leg to cancer, and the whole idea of the run is to raise as much money as I can for the Cancer Society.
I'd like to talk to you about your brother a little bit. What is something the general public would be maybe surprised to know about your brother, or something that maybe not be common knowledge that you'd like to share?
Growing up, our mom and dad taught us all the right values and everything else. And, as growing up as kids, we had to buy our first set of golf clubs or our first 10-speed bike. We picked blueberries for extra little bit of pocket money. And that's how we learned the value of working hard. That's how Terry learned that value as well.
We've mentioned that Terry's Marathon of Hope took place in 1980, and here we are 41 years later. What do you think Terry would say about the fact that his run is still being commemorated across Canada?
He would be so proud to know that it's continuing, not only here in Canada, but in 20 to 30 countries around the world as well each year. So Terry's work ethic, his humanitarian, has impacted so many people, and he would be proud to know that Canadians have responded to his challenge back in 1980.
People watching this at home, how can they get involved if they want to run, join the virtual edition of the Terry Fox Run, or just want to donate and help raise awareness? How can they do that?
Please go to the Terry Fox Foundation website, terryfox.org. You can register there. It is virtually for the most part across Canada. So register that you're going to participate, maybe create a fundraising page, challenge friends, family, workmates in what you're doing, encourage them to get out there.
Fred, I really enjoyed this conversation. Thank you for sharing your memories of Terry with us.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you to Canadians for continuing this for 41 years. It's amazing.